You look like you've lost a large child from your body.
86 pounds.
That's right. That's a large child. What did you do other than exercise and how did you shift your diet?
So, two things. Number one,
I've always been active for the most part. I played athletics growing up and all throughout school. The recurring problem off and on for so many years now has been my weight. On April 9th, 2021, I started recording my weight. Soon after, the activity and diet regimen that I was trying came to a plateau and I quickly abandoned it. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This carried on for the rest of the year, finding excuse after excuse to not commit and be serious to the search for the thing that would radically alter my life moving forward. Part of the problem was the search itself, because it couldn't possibly be as easy or straightforward as it ended up being. I was always looking for a new complexity, a magic bullet, something to magically erase the weight that I had put on myself. The day was May 11th, 2022. I felt terrible because I didn't get much sleep the night before, not to mention I was the heaviest I had ever been. I, like usual, laid down that evening for bed to find something to watch or listen to go to sleep. After I couldn't find anything, I opened Spotify to see who the latest guest on the Joe Rogan Experience was. And the rest, they say, is history, but currently in the making.
What did you do other than exercise and how did you shift your diet?
So, two things. Number one, 15 to 20,000 steps a day, no matter what.
No matter what.
So it's been almost now 2.5 years that I haven't done a single day of less than 10,000 steps.
When I got to this point in the podcast, it was as if a light bulb had turned on in a room that had been dark for 20 years. Immediately, it gave me an attainable goal to achieve. Just 10,000 steps. I could wrap my mind around that. And also immediately, the all or nothing mindset had been removed from my brain.
Now, the steps could be treadmill, it could be walking outside, it could be running vigorously on the, whatever. It could be biking, but I always have with me this. Actually,
is it one of those pedometers?
It's one of those pedometer things, and I'm obsessive about maintaining. So just by having this clear objective that I have to reach, makes it that no matter what, I've got to get off the proverbial couch and walk around.
All of a sudden, it wasn't about speed. It was a slow and deliberate race I was going to embark on the very next day.
Minus 20 in Montreal, I'm walking outside until I reach that.
Wow.
So but I was always quite physically active. Of course, much of your weight loss comes from keeping this guy closed, right?
Yeah, that's the thing that people need to it's very, 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 very difficult to exercise your way to weight loss.
Exactly.
Also, with that decision, and because I had tried everything else that I had come across, I was just going to do a simple calorie watch and eat a lower carb diet. I will say it hasn't always been the smoothest road, and there have been a couple of setbacks. Here's some advice. Number one, pace yourself from the start and slowly build yourself up. I came out guns blazing the very next day after being inactive for so long and soon developed Achilles tendonitis that sidelined me for a few days. Also, and this is important, be sure you use proper form when using an axe in your backyard and don't hit your ankle, which will send you to the ER to get stitched up. That also sidelined me for a time period.
Plus, the third thing is I weigh myself once a week, so that the autocorrective mechanism comes in not when I'm now 227 in terms of weight, but if I've come to Texas and then I go on the scale and I've gained 3 pounds, well, now I know that I need to correct the following week. So these little changes, I mean, there's nothing magical, just doing that.
2, commit yourself to regular weighing and do not get discouraged when your weight fluctuates. There have been times when I would go up a pound or 2 or stay at the same weight for too long and I would get down on myself. Stick with your process and keep moving. 3, find the diet that works and stick with it. For me, it's been low carb, but I'm neither a trainer nor a dietitian, so I can't give great advice there. Number 4, start.
I guess if I can add a fourth thing, I removed the all or nothing mindset. In the past, I mean, the highest weight I reached, Joe, 256.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the 86 pounds.
Yeah.
So I removed the all or nothing mindset and that I need to lose all the weight by next Tuesday. You know, my mindset was as long as every day I'm a bit better, eventually, you know, the old baby steps thing. And so I get on, I'm now 10 pounds less, 20 pounds. Hey, let me try to get under 200. I am. And then bit by bit, magically, here I am.
For a message, if you have a message to anybody out there that's trying to do it, what would it be? What's the most important thing?
It's that there.
To be honest, had I not listened to episode 1816, I'm not sure where I would be. It's a safe bet, though, that I would have still felt terrible and been on a dangerous road. The key and most important point is that I started. That is also why I documented it and why I'm making this movie. 1, because I'm proud of myself, and you should be proud of yourself. 2, because I want to keep myself accountable because my journey is far from over.
Are 1,000 different temptations in a day for you to violate your goal, and you can almost never fail. You don't have to be so punishing, but 997 out of the 1,000 bifurcations in the road, you have to take the right road. And so do that enough days, enough times, get 997 out of 1,000, and suddenly you'll be 30, 40, 50 pounds lighter.
Just trust the process.
Trust the process.
And that's what's hard for people to do because they really do want immediate results. And the way I always describe it, there's a gambling term that you have to get better the same way you get sick.
3, in the end, I discovered that I had to get better the same way I got sick. And like the Joe Rogan podcast, if this can motivate just one person to start, then mission accomplished. And if not, it'll motivate me daily to get up, put my shoes on, and start. Mission accomplished.
10,000 steps.